IFCBAA Conference 2024, and I'm very fortunate to have the time to speak with Michael Gallagher, CEO of Ports Australia. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
Pretty critical issues discussed on the panel this afternoon. What do you see the importance of these conferences?
These conferences are so important to understand the breadth of issues that are impacting right across the sector. Not just freight forwarding, not just those in road and rail, but right across the board. So it gives us an opportunity to put it all onto the line for people to understand what's actually happening.
Yeah, it's so important for all aspects to join and have a think tank. What do you think some of the challenges are moving forward? We've had kind of issues with governments not really helping us in the ports in the past, but what do you think the future looks like for the ports of Australia?
Look, there's no doubt it's going to grow. There's no doubt as the economy grows, as the market grows, on that side of the ledger it's positive. What we need to be aware of course, is just what are going to be the consequences of these shifts away in decarbonisation from the way we've done stuff in the past, and understand how can we do it in such a way that still remains financially viable for the country to do it. No one wants to do things that's going to cripple the economy, so we need to get that balance right. So it's important when we're talking to conferences such as this and hearing from the members here exactly what they're experiencing, for me to be able to take that back to government as well.
You were a minister in the government a while ago, but a very effective one. So it's great to have a person in charge and giving back that feedback. Moving forward, are we seeing a growth in the ports? I know we have Newcastle opening that has opened, but do you see a lot more growth?
Look, there's no doubt individual ports will grow. They'll look at what markets are available to them, and a lot of that will depend on what's happening with demand from overseas, particularly for resource. But then also as the economy grows, then so too do the imports grow, and then the ability for the country to move more around. Clearly we have to focus on what we can do to get more onto rail. Rail is going to be the most environmentally efficient way to go, but recognise we still need trucks there. Because trucks have that flexibility that rail doesn't have. It doesn't matter where you move it to on rail, eventually you're going to have to involve a truck. So we've got some real challenges there.
We do, and as ESG, if it's regulated or how it's going to be regulated is certainly an eye-opener for the industry. Maybe I can ask you a little bit about Mbank. How do you think that will play a role in the New South Wales port?
Oh, there's no doubt. It continues to do so, right? It continues to do so because these inland ports are really the way to go. It's all about the connection. We need to make sure. So for us, one of the things we need governments, not just in New South Wales, but right around the country, is to protect with absolute ferocity our industrial lands. We can't look at it as a short round sugar hit by sending it off to the developers, right? And then in 20 or 30 years' time, our grandkids need it to grow or even just to be able to survive. We've got to protect this land. We really do.
Imports and exports, are you seeing a growth in either of those in any particular ports?
Oh, look, right around the country, our figures are very good. Bouncing out of COVID's been really good. Some markets, particularly in some regional areas where there are a resource sector, are now starting to come back. But overall, there is a vibrancy in our ports, and we're starting to see that in terms of just the positive way they're now looking to invest more capital investment, more expansion. They're going to get bigger.
They are. It's definitely a growing industry, and we're always importing. As much as we want to say we're going to manufacture here, it's going to take a while to get that.
One of the key drivers, though, people need to understand is we had a debate about 2 years ago. We should start making these ports capable of dealing with bigger vessels. That will come in time, as the vessels we have now 10 years ago were unimaginable in terms of their size. But what we've got to do is make sure that the supply of the vessels constantly coming to the country is going to warrant that investment, which is huge money, right? So we're saying to everyone, yeah, it will grow, but don't make the investment now, and we're not getting collectively as a community, we're not getting the return back because those big vessels aren't arriving enough to maintain the efficiencies. They will come as the vessels we have now, they've grown as well.
Yeah, it's a very interesting space. Thank you so much, and I appreciate that your work with Scott Carson and the IFCBAA community.
Good guys, mate. It's good to be here. Thank you.